Jimi Hendrix was born Johnny Allen Hendrix on the 27th of November 1942. In 1957, whilst assisting his father with a clearance job, Jimmy would find a ukulele in an elderly lady's home. Hendrix would ask the woman if he could keep it. She said yes, and Jimmy would listen to popular songs and learning how to play them. When Jimmy was 15, he paid $5, which is equivalent to $53 a day, in order to acquire his first guitar. Hendrix would listen to the top bluesmen of the day, including Muddy Waters and B.B. King, and try to replicate their songs on the acoustic he had. After forming his first band, Jimmy would realise that he needed to own an electric guitar in order to be heard. After being caught a number of times joyriding, Jimmy was given the choice of either prison or the army. He would choose the army and would enlist in 1961. After only a number of months, it was clear to Jimmy's superiors that playing guitar was more important to him than his military duties, and discharged him. Hendrix began playing local gigs around Clarksville, Tennessee. After winning a talent contest, Jimmy would find himself playing for the Isley Brothers. He would go on to perform on the Isley Brothers single, Testify. After touring with the Isley Brothers, Jimmy would find playing the same set over and over again very tiresome. He would begin touring as part of Little Richard's backing band. Jimmy would record a single with Richard titled I Don't Know What You Got, But It's Got Me in 1965. Jimmy would continue to record and tour with various artists, but ultimately wanted to play his own music. He would meet Keith Richards through Richard's girlfriend, who would put him in touch with the former Animals member Chaz Chandler, who wanted to manage and produce for artists. Jimmy would move to London. Nell Redding and Mitch Mitchell were hired as part of what would go on to be called the Jimi Hendrix Experience. Rather than singles, the Jimi Hendrix Experience would find high praise with his albums Are You Experience, Access Bold as Love, and Electric Ladyland. By 1969, the Jimi Hendrix Experience began to fracture as Redding grew tired of Hendrix's erratic work ethic and left the group. Hendrix would headline Woodstock, however, the peak of his creative career had already begun to dwindle. Hendrix created the group Band of Gypsies. They would release a self-titled album and tour together. Jimmy had been taking illegal substances such as LSD for some time, and it began affecting his health. On the 17th of September 1970, after spending time with friends, Jimmy's girlfriend drove him home. After going to Hendrix's bed, Hendrix's girlfriend would awake to find Jimmy breathing but unresponsive. After calling for medical assistance, Jimmy was taken to hospital. However, he was soon pronounced dead as he had choked on his own vomit and died from asphyxia. He was 27 years old.